Hi everyone, I'm the whiskey enthusiast. Welcome back to my channel. Tonight we have an interesting one. We have the Kamiki. Now, it is definitely an interesting one. I'll just first show you the bottle because it's pretty cool. It's 50 cl, and there you go. Yeah, it has a very cool bottle and label design. Now, shout out to my countryman Emrah Özden. He did this design. He's I think he lives there. He's a Turk. He lives there, but so it's pretty cool. Anyway, so now Kamiki is a Japanese blended malt. I don't know if they can call it Japanese anymore with the new regulations because it has malt whiskey from Japan, probably Mars Distillery, but also from all over the world. So which kind of means that I don't think they can call it Japanese whiskey anymore. It's the first whiskey in the world to be finished and matured in cedar casks. And then on top of that, this one has a further maturation or finishing in Japanese Sakura tree or cherry blossom. Now, as far as I know, this is 5 years of age. I think they spent about 2.5 years in American oak and then about 1.5 years in Japanese cedar wood. And then the next year in the Japanese cherry tree or sakura. Now sakura is, you can see these on the sides, like those ones on the top. It's the cherry blossom that happens once a year, and in Japanese culture it represents the beginning of spring, but also mortality because it's so quick. It blossoms and then it dies. Now this is made at the Omiwa Shrine, and there have local deities there, and the spirit produced there is an homage to the spirit producers, and it's a blessing. So it has a whole Japanese mysterious and mysticism and vibe in there. And Kamiki means God's breath. And because it's in the foot of Mount Omi, not sure about the mount's name. It just I lost it, but has a really nice video. Go check their website and see what they're doing. They have 3 versions, but this is the one that's finished in Sakura tree. Does it say anything? One of the Omiwa Shrine is one of the oldest shrines in Japan and the protector of alcohol-producing families. Japanese cedar tree centuries, and symbolizes short-lived blossom. We skillfully blend the finest malt whiskies from Japan with our reserve of whiskies and mature the blend at its peak flavor for a second time in Japanese cedar and later in Sakura tree casks to create a perfectly smooth whiskey with a scent of sandalwood and a zest. Right, it's bottled at 48% ABV. It's unchill filtered. I don't know if it's colored or not. Let's give it a shot. Now, this is going to be an interesting one. I have tried this before. Cedar wood is very strong, very characterful. Let's see how it affects the whiskey in here. Again, it's a blended malt. There's no grain whiskey in here, so it's going to be robust flavors at least, which can handle the wood impact. I'm thinking. Now on the nose, sweet, woody, cherries, malty, honey, caramel. It's sandalwood in the background. It's creeping in there. You know those incense you burn? It's basically, it's not smoky, but it's that before you burn, if you smell the incense, that woodiness, it's there. Oh, it's getting more. Pine. Oh, very fresh pine, very fresh forest, almost minty freshness. It's a bit bitey. Whew, it's getting stronger, that sandalwood. I'm basically in a sauna right now. Yeah, there's maltiness, there's fruitiness, there's sweetness, but that sandalwood is taking over. Initial hit was cherry, now it's just, I'm getting more and more of that sandalwood, and that comes from cedar trees. It's getting heavier. Right, let's dive onto the palate. Whoa. It's so intense. It's not the alcohol, although you feel it, but it's not the alcohol, it's the... Where do I begin? Okay, I'll start from the finish because I can feel it now. The finish is full sandalwood, cedar, fresh pine, forest, herby, little sweetness, very woody, oaky, incredibly pungent, bitey. It is chewy. Goes on. Just goes on. Okay, I'm gonna go for another. Guys, you know what it's like? You get the sweetness, you get the fruity, you get the maltiness, you get the nice whiskey, but it feels like, you know, when you go into a sauna and then they have those ladles with an oily, sometimes it's lemongrass, sometimes it's pine flavor, whatever, or gingery, whatever they do it, they get that ladle with that liquid with the essential oils in, and then pour it over those hot stones, and then the whole sauna just lights up. It almost feels like I am licking a sauna wood that has the dripping of that ladle full of water with essential oils, mostly lemongrass, ginger, and pine. Pine forest is just so pungent on the nose, but on the palate, it's through and through sandalwood. It's really strong. Can you tell I'm not a massive fan? Some people love this. I appreciate it. I think every whiskey drinker, every enthusiast should try this. Not necessarily this one, because, well, actually, I don't know. I didn't try the other one. There's 3 versions. One of them is just cedarwood. The other one is this, with the Sakura finish. And the other one is called Intense. And Intense has a longer maturation in cedarwood. So if this is a bit strong for me, I don't think I can handle that one. I think the sweetness in here comes from the Sakura trees, and I appreciate that. I would love to try all 3 of them next to each other. Maybe that would be a really educational one. So I'm definitely going to recommend trying this. It's a very, very interesting whiskey. So I'm going to recommend 2 Glencairns, because it's an investment. You know, if you don't like it, you're not gonna want to keep the bottle of it. Yes, it looks pretty. It's a very interesting whiskey. Definitely try it. Try the other ones. If you have, let me know. I have not. I'm just curious as what the Intense one would taste like. I would love to try it if I find it. But this is, I think, my limit. I'm loving the Sakura tree effect. I think I never had Sakura tree cherry blossom cask. I don't think anyone else has apart from this one. So what does it impart? We don't know until we find a new one that uses cherry blossom, or, you know, Japanese cherry tree casks. I'm assuming it's the fruity, the cherry, the sweet notes that we feel in here. Because if it weren't for them, it would just feel sandalwood and incense and licking sauna wood. So I think I appreciate the cherry tree. I don't know. Guys, this is a very interesting one. Like I said, go try it. You will not be disappointed in trying it. It's an education. This is it from me. I hope you liked this one. If you did, please hit that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I post a video. And also go check my Instagram at the Whiskey Enthusiast. I'm also on TikTok, but I'm just trying new things there, so I don't know how great that is. But again, it's the Whiskey Enthusiast if you're into it. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one. Kanpai.